1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey everyone, Nate Martin here, and this is 10 Things I Learned Today. Today I'm using the track Slow Moody Rock from Jim Riley's book, Survival Guide for the Modern Drummer. So in preparation for this track, I had to think about the sounds I was going to try to create during the recording. And the first thing I want to talk about is the stick choice. So the Slow Moody Rock song, I wanted a big thunderous sound, so I needed basically a baseball bat, and I was able to find some 2Bs that I flipped around and used the butt end, and that gave me the sound I was looking for. The next thing is the tone. So actually, as the drums were when I first sat down to record it, the 14-inch tom there pretty much lined up exactly with the bass player's note, and it sounded terrible. So I had to go through and bring everything down in pitch to make it sound good. The next thing is the snare choice. Again, I'm just limited to what I have on hand, so I went with a 14x6 maple snare drum there, and it worked well. It worked well, especially in the choruses when I let loose on it with a nice fat rim shot. I thought it sounded good. Next thing would be the cymbal choice. It's a rock song, so I went with the big, bright, shiny stuff to make a lot of noise, as you just heard. Sorry, I keep glancing off screen. I'm watching the video too. The next thing is the playing process. So there's a 2 and 4 percussion track playing the whole time, whether it's the tambourine you hear there. Oh man, that was my nemesis in the chorus, behind it every time. And then you'll hear that's going on the whole time too. And to not flam that for the 3.5 minutes or whatever, how long the song is, was pretty difficult. So I really tightened up my timing and really focused in on that percussion track. The next thing is the part generation. If you'll notice right there, my second verse picked up right where the first verse left off, and I thought I was pretty clever for that. So making sure everything goes in order and has a purpose, kind of knowing where you're going to end helps you know where to begin, and then building ever so slightly to that point seemed to be a big part, especially in a really structured song like this. I noticed if I were to let loose and be a little bit more free, it didn't sound really good, but if I was very structured and played very intentionally, everything seemed to sound a lot better. The next thing is, you'll notice there's not really any fills in this song, and that's because it just didn't sound right. It sounded like they were forced. So I found that actually dynamically playing was much more powerful than overplaying, I guess you'd say. Overall, this process took time, so it was hard not to get caught up in wanting to finish, especially with an easy song like this. But you got to take note of all the things along the way that you're going to learn. Hence this video, 10 Things I Learned Today. One thing I learned that was huge was listening back. So I recorded this thing several times on an E-kit here for convenience, and I would listen back to the entire track each time. And just think about really what can I take away to still support the song, and what can I add to lift the song even higher. And more often than not, it was take away, and be very, very intentional. Which was difficult. That's my last point I'm going to make here. The ninth one is open to change, because there was definitely some stuff that I wanted to do, but it just felt forced, and it didn't support the song, so I had to be open to change that. And the last thing I want to get to is intentionality. So this is all I really had time to practice over the last week or so, but I still feel like my drumming grew a lot, because every time I sat down, I had the intention of just getting better and better at this track. So thanks for checking that out. See you guys in the next one.